Liquid faced their toughest test yet in the playoffs, and they were pushed to their absolute limits. Despite an incredible first half from Elise, it still ended in a 9-6 scoreline. Then we went all the way through to overtime, and 100 Thieves looked to try and seal the deal, but Liquid, they pulled out all the stops. It was just not possible for the Thieves, and Liquid claim it 19-17. Now, this is still a good-looking Liquid, but going into their pick of Overpass, they're going to have to deliver in a big way here, because we know 100 Thieves have been playing that Overpass.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's only fair to say I probably have a little bit undersold 100 Thieves going into this game. I thought Liquid would just smash them. And then, you know, we had these stats. They've played against them 9 maps in the last year, and Liquid have won all these 9 maps. So I thought, easy done. But then when you look at the numbers, actually, 6 times out of 9, 100 Thieves went to double digits. So it's not as clear-cut as it might have sounded at the beginning. And I even want to point out that considering Elise's monster performance, this was a hell of a fight put up by 100 Thieves, because a lot of teams would have just rolled over on the side and die when Elise does Elise things. 25 kills in one half, that's bonkers.
That is just so bonkers. And it was really a valiant effort, a fantastic effort coming out of the 100 Thieves. And that's what I want to emphasize, is that it was an entire team collective effort. Whereas on the Liquid side of things, sure, you had a Leash, Twist popping off, Naf even throwing in some rounds in there. But 100 Thieves, they had to work hard, and work hard indeed they did, because they were able to actually convert a lot of these scenarios where they came out on top of the trades. You noticed that Elish, he started getting a little bit quiet, but as soon as he went over to that T side, it's because Grat and JKS were double teaming him. JKS, man, we talk about his impact that he has on the scoreboard side of things all the time, but this game, sure, he wasn't carrying single-handedly like we always see, but he was coming out with the utility. He had so many flash plays where he enabled Grat to get kills. He enabled Liaz to hold down that B side all on his lonesome. And man, it's so unfortunate that that they actually lost this game. I wanted to see 100 Thieves actually come out on top and make that third time a charm dream come true here.
Yeah, instead it's 3 strikes and you're out, but they're not out quite yet. There's still Overpass to come. But before we discuss Overpass, I just want to focus on Grat a bit more there, because this guy, he really put in the work. He had so much impact with his kills. And I guess just looking at Alicia's scoreline, we don't want to just allow that to overshadow it, because Gratisfaction continues to look better at this level.
Yeah, he looked amazing. And just looking at the grand scheme of things when it comes to 100 Thieves and then Renegades before that, I think the Gratisfaction improvement was one of the main factors to why they made all these deep runs. We know JKS is a monster. It's been the case for a long, long time. We know Azure can do the job as an entry frag, as an IGL. But then the evolution of both Lias and Gratisfaction, these two combined, when they had good games, this is when actually Renegades became dangerous. This is when they made the deep run. They made it to playoff, semifinals and whatnot. So seeing Gratisfaction being able to do it again is a very good sign. I think he's a very clever AWPer. He's a very good clutcher as well when he's feeling it. The problem is the consistency. That is always going to be the name of the game. It's one of these terms we throw around that there's so many times. But if you have an AWP that disappears and then suddenly has a great game but then disappears again, it's quite hard to build your game plan around him.
And I really want to see here, right, for the 100 Thieves, is that they look comfortable still going into Overpass. I don't want them to go in with their heads down, because that's when Liquid will take full control of them.
And that's the biggest fear, right, James, is because going on to this Overpass, we got to remember, man, 100 Thieves, it was their insta veto for many a years.
Yeah.
In fact, they busted it out versus Gen G that one time, and they wrecked them, and they showed us why they picked it, but they hadn't played it in an official match since 2018. So sure, if 100 Thieves can stick to their game plan, and if they're able to win some rounds versus Liquid, it's going to look good. But as soon as Elish steps up and holds down that A, the depth on 100 Thieves, I think it's going to be quite the challenge here.
Well, 100 Thieves are going to have to give us one of their best ever performances on the map of Overpass. And there's not many performances to look at, but it's time for us to hit that break. And when you come back, we'll be getting the second map between Liquid and 100 Thieves.
So it seems like it's time for Overpass, folks. We get the Vertigo overtime, we get the Elige versus Gratisfaction show, and now, Mo, we move on to map 2. Was Vertigo a win condition for 100 Thieves?
Yeah, we knew that, though. I know it's like almost a rhetorical question, but Overpass is obviously this is their map pick. This is 2 times in a row 100 Thieves has dropped Vertigo as their map pick. Last time to Furia, who dropped them down here in the first place, and now to Liquid. Unfortunately, it was the best case in the veto since this is that was a 50% win rate map for Liquid, but it's still a good map for Liquid, which was the two-edged sword, if you will. And now, yeah, Overpass might be difficult. We saw Liquid play it earlier, so maybe if 100 Thieves watched, they might have learned some things just recently. But we'll see, starting with this pistol, how that goes. Liquid are off to the races, out towards long, looking to probably meet up again in stairs, depending on if they get a kill in bathrooms. It's one of the best pistols you can do.
There was a world where they got a kill here, but we had 100 Thieves immediately evacuate the bathrooms.
Oh, yeah, the
So
stairs
now
cleaned
Team
out
Liquid
there.
find no opening.
Yeah. Clear it out. They actually commit forward to A. Rotations
Likely.
in.
Dropping that utility. Molotov to follow suit. Jacob behind Optimus Prime. Twist dies. Naf next in line, but still standing here. Stewie's got himself a frag as well. Oh my God. It's chaotic, but JKS gets away with 2 frags, and he is still standing. Elige gives cover to the bomb plant. Counter-terrorists, they're just trying to force the 2v2. It's a gunfight in the open. Minimal cover, minimal health. Fast reloads in, and JKS has connected another headshot, but he has such little HP to work with that Elige should absolutely close this one up. They're on the front of the bomb site. They're looking for the kit, and JKS gets it. Now it's Gratisfaction to give cover. Him versus Elige. Oh, that's like Vertigo all over again.
Yeah, an absolute must-win there for Gratisfaction in the 1v1. JKS so low, had to commit to the bomb stick. Would have easily got swung on. And 100 Thieves, 3 for 3 in pistols so far. They had 6 rounds on that Vertigo, and it's like, yeah, it was basically Elige played well. 100 Thieves as a whole played a bit more well overall. Azure played well. Gratisfaction played well. There was good rounds from a few more people on 100 Thieves, but they also did it by winning both pistols and having a 3-0 start in each half. Clean anti-ecos and everything.
I think it was a byproduct of his position, but, you know, we tried to paint a big picture of Liaz finding impact in this series and being the big clutch player and whatnot, but as that dedicated B player on Vertigo, he saw very little action for half of that map.
It was all focused on whoever was playing and defending A. It's true. A lot of the kills came on the CT side for both squads. A lot of it leaned to that side of the map. So the anti-eco strat, and it's interesting once again because we have the buy here for Liquid, and it looks pretty solid. Scary for 100 Thieves. They're pushed up. Gratisfaction, 36 kills last map. Foes in front.
JKS to find the opening frag. Gratisfaction playing around. Throws the FAMAS for the Galil. Is that an upgrade? JKS, he's still on the bomb site trying to lock down long, which he will. Elige has been toppled, and there's the AK. There's the weapon response from Team Liquid, but they have already lost 2 members and a ton of HP. Shadow advantage here for Azure, lines them up with the MP9. He sprays them all down.
Nicely done for Azure. Yeah, great multi-kills from him across both maps. Is it an upgrade? I think so. They both got buffed, but I feel like the Galil got a tad bit of a better buff, and you've got way more bullets. So especially for an anti-eco, maybe it's nice to have the extra. Yeah.
I will respectfully disagree. As a FAMAS advocate myself, I'm thinking FAMAS greater than Galil.
Okay.
Just got to protect it.
It's
right?
okay to be wrong. You know, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's okay to make mistakes as long as you forgive yourself and move forward.
As long as you win the map. Yeah.
If you don't grow from mistakes, you're just a punk.
Oh, okay. We got almost a Tumblr quote, but it didn't end so eloquently. You're just a punk kid.
Yeah, you can put that one on your Instagram.
That one on my
Whatever
wall.
the kids do nowadays. Naf.
Oh, that's a tag.
Not bad, little deagle damage, but Gratisfaction, because he was ahead of JKS, is able to peek into Nafly without him knowing. So Grat's going to continue on his adventure here. and topple another pistol player. But there is Nitro just on the other side of this. And of course, he is the last remaining member for Team Liquid. Gets drawn into the open, trying to fight the player on long, distracted by Gratisfaction, and entirely surrounded. So good job, 100 Thieves. For the third time this series, they have picked up the pistol and converted for the 3-0 start.
Getting motion sickness watching Nitro deal with this crossfire. Yeah, the 3 frags. So, yeah, it is kind of interesting to see sometimes that, like, the star player on a team is not necessarily the most reliable in certain matchups. And for that to be the case for both Liaz and Gratisfaction, who are critical components of, like, bringing maps close versus Liquid. Fortunately, a lot of those maps still ended in losses, but of course, as Maniac brought up, there were some OTs in there, which means they were marginally close victories for Liquid. But that clutch factor comes in last map as well. We'll see what happens now on to Overpass. The early short B control. T spread out. They love a good B hit. He's been handled. 2 MP9s haven't been upgraded from last round. But there's actually lots of spots that, for the CT side, they can hold on to SMGs and they're not even worse. Close Monster is one of those positions. Stairs. A couple of spots in B. They'll sit and wait. Everyone's holding grenades. Dead silent on the server.
Until the mollies start popping. Follow-up volley of utility here and a walk away from Team Liquid. Looks like they changed direction.
Now, this is all about how fast and fluidly they transition into the A hit for that bit of utility to matter. And it looks pretty fast.
Molotovs, flashbangs, it's all coming in, but oh, JKS, he finds Stewie mid-hop and then comes back for second servings. That's a double frag for JKS on the A site. Bomb here on the back of NAF. Oh man, he just burnt Azur without even looking at him and then sprays into Gratisfaction, so it's a 3 versus 2. All of the kills made possible by Nafly, who plants the bomb on top of it. He is a one-man army here in the 4th round, and the last 2 CTs are just on the other side of this truck. You can see him focusing forward, deciding on timing, but it doesn't go his way. Tons of damage done. Liaz, 43 HP left over, and the MP9 fails him. AKs succeed, and Team Liquid on the board.
It's a heroic effort by JKS to sit on the site to get those 2 kills, but it's actually quite a clean round from Liquid from the perspective of strategy. They throw a very little amount of utility towards B. They have enough players there to really make it seem like a second execute was going to come, and because they had stairs control out the gate and short B control, they had 100 Thieves had no choice but to hope that it wasn't going to be a B hit. Relied heavily on JKS to get those 2 frags, but then the 2 MP9s on a retake. That's never too much fun.
Very close on the smoke. Look at Azur, he's behind them. Oh, you slippery devil. He actually gets found out. That's got to be heartbreaking for Azur. I'm not sure what the cue was.
They probably
I'm not
just
sure.
heard it.
Yeah, something had to have happened there in the chaos of it all.
Sometimes there's going to be stuff like if they put one person pushes, they know they never do that without 2 people pushing. These guys don't play each other that often, so I'm not sure how much of that will come into play. But they could have just heard him running up and just had a suspicion. JKS, could have been a good spam. It is a good spam. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, he takes some damage. Okay, well, there's a trade.
Yep. And by jump spotting, they didn't see twists. So his position could very well cut back Liaz. Oh, he walks clearing beneath, but Twist has that vertical advantage in Gratisfaction. Well, he claws it back, but he definitely has no advantage in a 1v3. Low HP, falls back, doesn't want to lose this op.
Number 1 place that the op is going to rotate to is, of course, Heaven, just because of how in between both sites it is. But here, Gratisfaction's moving up back towards short B. And he's going to hear some footsteps. Nafly, first victim. No, he's too quick. Yeah, trades go down in their favor because 100 Thieves fight for short B control. I like the response from the CT side, but I see he sees a body too. Yeah, he seemed nervous about something after his teammate got the first kill, and then he's rewarded with seeing his body off the corner of the smoke. Of course, you can be completely smoke blind and not realize exactly where you are. Azur could very well have been trying to push all the way through the smoke. or maybe even not move, but it's just pistols now for 100 Thieves.
USPs, please. All 5 of them. Down, long, close to these 3 Ts, being watched by Twists. You know, there's a world where they find timing, but he just saw the ankle of the first man. Alish is able to turn his attention, and Nitro lends a bit of help here. JKS, just one. That's a win in his books. A second. A third. No, not this time.
Yeah,
not bad, though.
Headshot.
Tons of
he
damage.
got the headshot. That was sick. Got some nice shots in chat, I'm sure. That was well played. JKS, 11-4. You could see the aim. Much better so far. Seems like Vertigo is just not really his map. Today, at least. Today. He was definitely sick on Vertigo yesterday. Or the day before. I'm losing track of time. Either way, full nade kits here compared to the half nade kit of 100 Thieves. It's a good opening plan to go for short B control. This is another approach to it from the CT side. They want to deny presence here because it seemed like that B fake caused them a lot of issues.
Oops.
Whoa, don't light that. Why are you lighting the greenery on fire, man? Did nothing to you.
Whoa, 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 whoa. JKS. Almost caught out in the open, but he gets away. Minimal damage, no big deal. That's audio for Stewie.
Whoa, he has a ton of audio. He knows where 2 are. Left side sight, so just depends if he thinks that one's monster. But yeah, since they just reset into that position, he could take a couple of duels. And yeah, monster seems like a smart idea. Look, he's even drawing them back. Nobody on the right side here.
Long smoke. And that long smoke can tend to indicate that someone on Team Liquid would be walking closer to the A site. I'm curious to see how many CTs actually stay up there, but for the time being, it's only JKS. Ooh. So Liquid, they're walking into a stack whether they like it or not. Nafly looks to be lining up some sort of a smoke.
No nades here for the CT side.
Yep. Oh, double headshot. Nicely done by Jacob. Completely cutting down the short. Now they're going to try to extend from Monster, but Jacob's got another. Him and Liaz with a rock-solid defense on the B site. Leave Nitro to save. 100 Thieves, 3-0 to the 3-3, right back in the lead.
The Norwegian Nightmare. Jacob comes through, holds it down, both short and long, and that was with 100 Thieves on 0 smokes, no Molotovs at all. They had to rely on the gunfire. Yeah, he pieced that one together, no problem. And you know what? It was, as you pointed out, a stack in the right site. So I think there was a point here where Stewie, he gets the info on this boost, and at that point, Monster was a little bit open. But the final smoke that leaves the hands of 100 Thieves, landing at the back of Monster, is a perfect play on a read to where Team Liquid wanted to go to. Now that we look back on that round, A-Site might have been a lot weaker considering they didn't have grenades. But yeah, no surprise. Team Liquid try to make a guess here, rocking it back and forth. They are doing a good job of working map control, but 100 Thieves, importantly, denying them information at least on short for some of the time, trying to put in an effort to make sure what happened that previous round doesn't happen again.
Yeah, either having to do more to sell the A fake, or just catching them with a different bit of timing here on B. And that seems
oh boy,
like the game plan. Stewie doesn't have anybody burned into his line of sight. We start to see the CTs move their feet down here. They've got a third player over towards Graffiti and Azur. But Stewie walks out. Now this could give him vision over on Azur. He could pop up and deal with Liaz even.
Oh my god.
There's a lot hinging on Stewie and his teammate right next to him. There we go. Look at that close proximity, catching the defense off guard, but they are very much kerneled. Stewie, 2K. 3 frags with the Galil, and the bomb plant comes off of it. Will JKS and Gratisfaction even chance the retake, though? That's the next question.
And that was perfect support. They used the exact right amount of grenades to help him forward. One flash to cover off angles, the push in, the molly to fly out behind him. You know, he orchestrated that perfectly. It was clearly a dry run strategy. They just made sure to, well, it may not have even been. It was so simple, right? But yeah, they made it look really easy, and they didn't give them enough clues to go and seek out monster control, but it felt like they were giving up too much of that site for the positions that they were holding. They were left in danger. They almost got killed instantly by the Galil. to a player in the backup pit, leaving the other one hung out to dry. Yeah, 100 Thieves take the L on that one. Now they'll be scared of Monster as well, so this is good from Team Liquid to open up the playbook a bit. They've had a very dangerous round towards A, a very dangerous round towards B. They've opened up short. And that's all to say. This is even with 100 Thieves, you know, with a small lead before that round.
You know what? Maybe the Galil is better than the FAMAS.
You take it back?
No, not really.
I only think so because I don't know the spray. So.
Okay. No. I still make my claim on the FAMI, but that was a nice clip from Stewie. I mean, the speed of which he got that first headshot on Graffiti, I think, really helps him draw the crosshair down for the double. I think it's just refreshing that both of the cheaper rifles are viable nowadays.
Yeah, agreed. Okay, so we've got what looks like the exact same strat. This time, a slight variation. I think a little bit of extra layer of attack here. But Elige was hanging out in bathroom or in top long last time they did this. However, he wasn't spotted. Oh, that could have been a huge frag. JKS 12 and 442 ADR, and he knocks down Elige in a straight up 1v1. We saw how hard Elige was to kill on Overpass earlier today.
JKS testing a second. He will take down Nap as well. Neither of those T's able to best Justin Savage. Now it's Twist trying to run forward with Stewie, and the Galil.
Oh my God.
Great for the entry yet again. Minimal HP left for Gratisfaction, so that's a bomb plant at the very least. And both Twists and Nitro will retreat towards bathrooms with ample HP left over. Now they don't have any sort of utility. While on the other side of the coin, 100 Thieves double flash and a frag. But right now,
oh,
the two
Molly.
kids, Liaz and Azur. Oh yeah, Molly and a frag on Nitro. Good eye. Let's see if that comes back to bite them. There is no smoke to put it out, so a well-timed Molly could be everything, and it lands on the bomb site. There's Twist in from the corner. A second for Twist. He trades off of Stewie's opening kill. Liaz gonna go ahead and tap that bomb, forcing the hand of Nitro, but he just wants to leave at this point, and Nitro, oh, maybe he survives. No, not even. Liaz gets cleared. 100 Thieves all fall, and that was a big attempt from JKS, but Mohan, it wasn't enough.
Yeah, this A hit. Okay, first of all, I think these are incredible trades from Stewie, and of course, post-plant kills from Twist. You gotta kill him. He's in that spot. He can't fall back. He can't go farther into the angle. You know exactly where he is. And he's still gonna be a difficult man to kill, but you've got to trade it. Now, the same thing could be said for Team Liquid earlier in the round. Unable to trade out JKS versus two players at long when they knew exactly where he was. JKS played extraordinarily well, but now it's already 100 Thieves back onto pistols. Twist looking to clear this angle. Snapshot from the 5-7. Instant kill. Trade comes in. And Naf's going to want to upgrade to that AK that's been dropped on the floor. Not a terrible situation. Door could open up in front of him, and he'll happily receive the package.
Delivered on time. Wasting no time. 100 Thieves going for these opening gunfights. Connector, very much the pinnacle of the gunfights here in this round.
This is how important Connector is. Okay, when I've done analysis videos just on Overpass for some of these timings because it's so interesting. You turn like a 4-second rotation from A site to B site to short B into what's almost a 15-second rotation all the way around to spawn. That's how incredibly important it is to have stairs control. Valuable for the CTs to hold, even though you can be left out on your own. So Liquid, they school them on this one, and it's going to be another buyout for 100 Thieves to try things out. What's cool is that Team Liquid's A-side attack has been based off a default that makes it unclear if it's going to be B as well. They have in fact the opening to turn it into a B attack if they'd like to, but right now 100 Thieves have no choice but to respect it. But it comes down if they can hold short B. If 100 Thieves don't hold short B, they've got to have the way to deal with it later in the round.
Keep smoke out. Elige gonna have his Molotov extinguished, so he's just looking to headhunt. Barrels as well, under fire. Flashbangs, fantastic from Stewie. It's a big play from Azur, though, off of short. His double kill could make a world of difference. A big clash of frags down there on the B site leaves Gratisfaction 1 versus 2. Not only does Stewie lend a helping hand with the flashes, but he's gotten himself 2 kills this round as well. So very quick from Team Liquid into the B site. Gratisfaction not currently having a kit, but there is one in the water. And what's he looking for? As much as he can gather. Smoke, double flash, there's the kit. Now, does he smoke off short? Does he smoke off bomb? Does he smoke, try to defuse, and double underhand flashbangs, attempting to screw with their spam damage? Oh, he's got options, but he doesn't have time. Smoke goes up on top of it. He taps it once. That's going to elicit a little bit of a spray, but the time's gone. Gratisfaction's lost this. Team Liquid takes 7.
Yeah, they couldn't close off the angles. Yo, tell me how Elige runs through the entire B site, facing forward into pit. A flash comes in to help him, and Liaz gets blinded and he doesn't. How?
It looks
How
like...
sick is that? How sick is that flashbang to land on the opposite side of pillar to blind that side of pit with Elige running nonstop?
Yep, exactly that. I wasn't sure if that was a real question or if you saw it, but clearly you did. Yes, it popped.
I only
between short
saw
and
it in
pillar.
that replay, right? And like, yeah, when we're looking at it from Leash's perspective, he comes running forward into a team, an opponent that's literally right in front of him. What's that?
Home map.
Ever.
Liquid have won
ever?
as many games of Overpass today as 100 Thieves have ever won.
What does that mean, ever?
They've played
only
one
won one Overpass game in their life?
In their entire records? I don't want to believe that. Elliot, I'm not believing that. That 100 Thieves only have one win on Overpass ever. Prove me wrong. I'm a skeptic.
I guess it wouldn't be a stat if it wasn't startling.
Yeah,
but,
I suppose so, right? Yeah. That's not a fun fact. That's a horrifying fact. God, what are 100 Thieves going to do? They have no chance now, man.
They got to start with Liquid?
Yeah. We get the triple boost.
We want to major on this map.
Good luck. Good luck. Triple boost. Very little to work with here, obviously. Team Liquid just running the gauntlet on this T side.
Playbook for Liquid looks sick, man. And they can go back to their default next round if they want to. But they've got some great continuation flashes in a B. Without it being like smother them in flashbangs. It's only like, here's one flash so we can move to this point. Here's another flash so we can move to another point. It's very clean.
Yeah. So I'm...
Astralis is like, you're blind in pit for 12 seconds. You and your whole family are blind.
Whoa. I think Elliot's stat has to do with the last 3 months because I'm looking at HLTV right now, and in the last 3 months on Overpass, they have 1 win, 1 loss.
Yeah.
Victory over Gen G, and a loss versus EG. But as we focus forward here on the 12th round of this map, we find Elige trying to deal with some pistol players here and all the nooks and crannies of the A site. He's got himself a triple. Nitro lends a helping hand, but Liquid have taken 8. It is a scary fact to think that 100 Thieves, they started this half 3-0, and now they still only have 4 rounds won.
I think we were actually looking at I'm just looking at their Overpass, and like they just have never played it before Masters Spring, if that's the same thing I'm looking at with Elliot. I don't want to completely say I've filtered everything properly, but it looks like all maps ever, yeah. But yeah, holy crap. Okay, anyways, back into it. Short B control again. This is a good way to deal with short B. Oh boy. It was a good way to deal with short B. He saw feet first. You do have the advantage there for a second. Wow. Well, okay, on the bright side, the kill comes in, but they don't commit to it, and Jacob has taken position in short B. This was a very important part of the map that Liquid used to be able to get to A with minimal rotations coming in for the CT side.
There's the peek for JKS. He gets dinked. He gets donked. He'll just immediately fall off of that one, which is fine for him. You know, it's more important to keep Team Liquid off. Oh, the 5 versus 3, but they will still find it because Stewie reacting fast enough to Jacob's transgression. He tries to come through the short tunnel, and Stewie is having none of that. Now we've got Nitro with the smoke. This is going to block off Heaven, so the rotator in JKS from the A site shouldn't find anything. And right now he's actually preoccupied with the smokes that Liquid have left him. Gratisfaction, he's going to move forward. Ooh, collateral! Ooh. And then he's down back into the water, so he can come at this from a different angle. That's the type of shot that gets you right back in the round. It's 2 versus 2, and Grat's going to drop it, but he's still standing, still has the chance, and down he goes. Team Liquid still best it, but that was made close.
Came so close. Little slice of kiwi came in, got the collat, almost got the frag off the side of the pillar, just so damn close. Man, you know, great awareness to be able to pick that kill up for Nitro. And then, of course, Stewie's reactions. They have been good today and yesterday. That 20 kill half, I think, versus Gen G. 20-7 on Mirage. I mean, the story for both teams has been great. Everybody has been kind of rising to the challenge.
Uh-oh. See you later, Gratisfaction.
Yeah. He's been summoned by the flames.
It's a barbecue charred kiwi. Oh, almost.
I'd just like to take a second to explain to you, chat, how Connor's a boomer. So,
oh no,
Connor's 26, I'm 29. He was streaming matchmaking in between this game, and he was talking about emotes, and he said, yeah, I don't know any emotes. And I was like, why don't you have emotes enabled? He was like, I don't know any emotes, like Pepe Omega. I've never, he said Kappa lol. Where's that? Where's that emote? And I was like, tell me how you picked the only Pepe that doesn't exist in the entire world. It said Pepe Omega.
Yeah.
So you know he's not kidding around. Sorry, I had to take that segue because I told everybody I would roast you during the broadcast. So now we get back into the action.
Okay. Hello, fellow kids. Welcome to the A site, where JKS is body blocking smokes, and Azure tries to get a bit aggressive, but that one's not going to work out for him. It's a parade of flashbangs and a well-placed frag coming out of JKS. Poor guy, however, he's taken way too much damage, and they just bully him off of the bomb site. You can see Jacob just moping around in the tunnels, knowing that Team Liquid have gone ahead and taken a 10th round, and they even have a very real chance at an 11th on this T side. This has been an absolute blunderbuss of a T half here from Team Liquid. You know what's crazy to think, right, is like, so far in this losers bracket, we've seen Team Liquid win their opponent's map choice in very clear, convincing fashion, and then let them get a little bit closer on the second map. We saw that with Gen G, we saw that with Cloud9, and now with 100 Thieves. I thought it was going to be a very close series, but damn, this Overpass pick, this seems to be the weakness of 100 Thieves, and then some. 3-0 start, now a 4-10 score, and 1 round left in this first half.
One thing I'd love to ask and run by the desk is just, do they feel like Liquid are not only like great on talent, but also have had a better game plan in both of these games? Because I think 100 Thieves would play well as a team on Vertigo, but some of the stuff that Liquid were pulling out were actually great. It was their trading that didn't come down and take precedence over it. Now, 100 Thieves have just 1 win, but for the last time these 500 Thieves players played Overpass before DreamHack Masters was for Renegades, and they lost to Existence and Smiths.
Yeah.
Wow.
Damn.
Okay. Yeah, that is crazy.
Elliot,
we've got to be nice that they're just kind of bringing it into their pool to play. I mean, they're not banning it. You know, this is a big thing.
Yes. So we're over here doubting Elliot's facts. And, you know, earlier we had that 16 ADR fact line with Nitro on Liquid, and production second guessed us. And we had that taken off screen, but that was real as well. So we got to fact check. You know, it's important. Can't believe everything you hear on the internet. And Elliot, thank you for doing a good job. You never seem to lie.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I mean, and to give context to Overpass being in the pool, it was 100 Thieves to ban Mirage in this series, a map that they're really excellent on. You know, they famously beat Astralis. I believe it was at a major on Mirage. It was like a crazy map. They actually came back and stomped them. So they didn't want to play that versus Liquid, and were willing to open themselves up to Overpass. So opening up your map pool, really cool to see.
Yeah, but now they're just nude outdoors, being ravaged by the elements of Overpass. They're scared, Londers. You can see it in their eyes. I mean, they're just gunning for 5. Best case scenario right now. Gratisfaction, nice little flick back, but it's a 2K spray from Stewie. And Short B has fallen beneath the feet of Team Liquid, as has all of A. So the bomb still sat back by Fountain. There's no need to rush this, but Team Liquid are very much favored here to find an 11th round.
Yeah, once again, the favorable trades come through into round 15, and things are easier than ever. 2 CTs rotating into CT, low to high ground disadvantage. Nafly praying that they come and peek him.
Bomb has been planted.
Let's go. You know, sometimes a caged animal can surprise you with its ability to still fight, and JKS and Liaz, well, they've got nowhere else to go. That second half awaits them on the T side, and a 5th round would be real nice. They've got 2 of these Ts tagged up already, but Elige is close. Ooh, and the spray down from Liaz is good. He's going to keep this one rolling, but Naf, he's managed to get past the dumpster. They're going to have to turn their back to him, and that could be crucial. Liaz, he has gotten 3 of the 4 kills in the retake already, and Stewie has 11 HP left. Liaz tapping the bomb, tries to predict the spray, but that's an 11th for Team Liquid. Join us after the break to see if Liquid qualify for the finals.
I can depend on, we tight. So all you foes jumping into our life, we're here to defend through the night. Roll hard with my road dogs. Anywhere we go far. Push limits and we push boundaries. When I'm here, there's no way around me. It's deeper than a friendship, family, like kinship. And we got a strong bond. Get close, you'll feel a strong arm. It's no secret we united, and we can see you divided. Ain't got it, get a new crew, same game, but it's new rules. You choose me, and I choose you. If they lose, then I lose too. No matter situation, all for one for all. There is no hesitation. All for one for all. This is what we tell the haters. All for one for all. This is what dreams are made of. All for one for all. You can try and bring what you want to this. There's no I in team, but there's one and quit. Don't let your fears penetrate and expose ya. Blood, sweat, and tears is what makes us closer. Together we are better. Break norms, never torn, we forever. You see a red like a stop sign. I got your back and you got mine. If you ain't got it, get a new crew. Same game, but it's new rules. You choose me, and I choose you. If they lose, then I lose too. No matter situation, all for one for all. There is no hesitation. All for one for all. This is what we tell the haters. All for one for all. This is what dreams are made of. All for one for all. No matter situation. All for one for all.
That is a daunting scoreline for 100 Thieves to try and bounce back from, and it's made even worse when I remind you guys they're down a map and facing elimination. Team Liquid looking to complete the sweep of the losers bracket and meeting Furia in the grand finals. Is that the world we live in? Well, we're pretty damn close. Team Liquid have looked excellent here on Overpass. A wholehearted T-side and Elige. Oh my God, he just executes them.
Oh my God. They didn't even start the round. They were going to go around the world into the bathrooms. Elige, he just instant forehead shot. I didn't even see how the 3rd kill came in. He had a teammate there for moral support, I think. But that's about it.
Can we just restart the pistol round so that 100 Thieves have a chance or something? Like,
I don't know, man.
I was looking forward to like another close second half. You know, JKS brings it back, but I wasn't thinking it was going to take a 1v5.
Well,
Oh, poor
JKS.
guy.
Hey, I mean, should we have to restart the pistol? 100 Thieves have won three of 4 pistols so far.
That's a fact. And it's fun. JKS ready for smoke to fade.
He just
Can
doesn't
he
want
do the unthinkable? Oh, if only he had taken Twist's head off clean, then maybe. But Elige wants this ace, and he's got it. Jonathan Jabalabanowski, 5 frags in the second pistol. Team Liquid looking to take this in absolute condemning fashion. Oh, isn't that? I mean, I think this is just art.
Oh, man.
I could watch that 100 times over.
That was fruit gushers exploding in your mouth. That's how satisfying that was.
All right, and then it's just the Glock train back for 100 Thieves. So really not trying anything in this one. Ignore that. He just got an ace. And he falls back to A.
That looks like they would have dodged that anyway. I think JKS was just trying his hardest not to get aced by Elige, but still got tracked down. Bounty hunted. Elige. Aces back-to-back here versus Glocks. You ready?
Maybe. Little flick shot there. Tries to adjust for the bathrooms, but it looks like Nitro's going to have to pick up the last couple of kills here. Gratisfaction's hiding, cowering, and still fighting. He retrieved the M4 and got deadly real quick, but 3 frags for Nitro, another double for Elige. He is now 19 frags, 9 deaths. And
Holy crap.
That's a lot.
to combine with his 40 whatever kills. He's got over 60 kills in the series, and this map isn't done yet. It's only map number 2.
Yeah, we're looking at some wild stat line. If he can keep this up to
can
close the map.
imagine what his rating is going to be at over 110 ADR, I think, on that first map, even with the OT.
Okay, gun round, Mo.
We've heard about Twist's holds over on the B site. They're going to run headfirst into him. No flashes on Twist just yet. But it's the counter flash to total pull down. Twist comes in. Lee has a Gratisfaction trade from afar, but it's just too far. The UMP from Nafly chimes in. It's 14 rounds for Liquid, and the flashes were so ineffective. A perfect counter flash comes in. No CTs are pushed back. They all peek into Monster. They have a bargain basics buy, and they still get their stuff pushed in.
Excellent mow down there from Stewie. I mean, you know, we praise Twist for his B holds, but I love watching Stewie at times because he just never shies away from throwing himself into the gunfire. And that's exactly what was coming at him. We saw that very clear barrage of utility, but look at Elige. He's trying to get aggressive. He's trying to play with no respect.
The Deagle won that. I can't believe the Deagle just won that. He just died instantly. He just died instantly to body shots by the Deagle.
Yeah, he's feeling all hot and heavy, man. Feeling like a rock star. He's probably checking himself out in the mirror while he pushes over towards the fountain. Jacob's got other ideas. So the game's not over just yet, ladies and gentlemen, but we are so close to crowning Team Liquid as our second finalists at DreamHack Masters Spring 2020 NA. Who would have thought? I mean, we're talking about the same Team Liquid that lost a best of 3 to Chaos.
Yeah.
Don't forget that. That's the rebound, baby.
No, yeah, they just came back. They went to they had a little summer camp, little spring camp, came back, look better than ever. They think it's quarter 1/2 of 2019. They are fragging out.
Easy for Stewie. He's just going to connect that very quick headshot versus Liaz. There's a deagle from JKS, but Nitro's op safely tucked behind the corner. And Gratisfaction may have one of the best mustaches in Counter-Strike, but I don't know about this 1v3. He's going to have to walk away. Maybe sprint the bomb down into the B site. Why not? Oh, no, that's going to tell him he can't do that either. Poor guy. He's just trying to find some sort of an opening, but it's Liquid closing and 1 round away from an absolute total close, 2-0 on the series, 11 map and match points.
Yeah, we've got Summer 9 memes, of course. We can get some spring into summer Liquid memes because they saw that Australis have 2 players on a break and said, so we have a chance. We can run it back. It's been a year.
Rewind. Oh my god. Flashbangs popping like firecrackers. Look at that quick aggression out from Connector as well. Azur, he doesn't extend around the top of it, but they came up as quick as they could. So Liquid will be thankful that they didn't stick around towards party or extend out of bathrooms. But Elige does still seem hungry for some frags. And I think after that pistol round ace, he wants to dish out the damage. Looking for revenge versus Jacob. But I think 100 Thieves, they're going to boost over top of that smoke. Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. Or did. Nitro, he's going to take the front spot of Elige instead. So we've seen some great op highlights from Nitro in these sorts of positions. He's very good at falling back from bathrooms and taking those one and done type shots. But this is a lot of pressure on the other side of it. 4 players, and he misses the first one. Then Elige goes down. This is excellent for 100 Thieves. They've got all the pieces in the right place. And look at Liquid. They already start to save.
Okay, yeah, they maintained a good amount of pressure there. I mean, even if Nitro gets his first frag inside the bathrooms, they were in a good spot to trade him out with no one exposed to Elige at the same time. So you got to say, there was a scary amount of map control there gained by Thieves, but it's just sad that we won't get to see the full picture of what they can draw here on the T side. Too long of a road for how confident Liquid are. Yeah, sure. Okay, give the viewers some hope, Connor. Go for it.
Unless 100 Thieves. 4 Aussies and a Kiwi. Actually, 3 Aussies. Excuse me, Jacob tricked me. I forgot he's Norwegian. Isn't that weird?
He's kind of.
How'd he end up on this roster? You know, he's been there for so long that he's absolutely the honorary Aussie.
He likes Tim Tams.
Wait. Ooh, another one. Twist's gonna take down Jacob. So, speak of the devil.
Should we hype up the grand finals? Because we'll see what happens. But seriously, this match that could happen between Liquid and Furia could not be more interesting. I mean, we're leaving knowing 100 Thieves have stepped up in some ways dramatically. How every team has surprised so far coming into the playoffs, but Liquid more than anyone else. And versus Furia, they have had no question marks surrounding them. Just a couple of off maps once in a while. Inferno, kind of a question mark, but dude, that series should be incredible. If we have Liquid coming up like this, I don't even know who's going to win. It feels like Liquid should maybe edge it out in this form, but that's not something I would have ever guessed a week ago.
Yeah, and it's going to take this kind of resurgence in form, but also don't forget for a moment, Furia will be walking into that best of 5 grand finals with an automatic map advantage. And it's not often teams can bounce back from the map advantage. So Liquid,
that's true.
It's the punishment for even dropping down into the losers bracket to begin with. I keep saying losers. It's actually lower bracket. We don't mean to offend.
One's more.
I don't want to offend anybody.
Ooh, shot drops. Okay, they get pushed back though.
Back.
Yeah, Sight gets taken a little bit here. I think Elige is still on a very, very dangerous flank, if I'm not mistaken. No, he's rotating up through CT spawn.
Yeah, they're all
an
there.
Awkward situation for the CTs. They're pushed back.
Very weird. Jacob's going to get all the closer. He could be flashed around this corner or just wait for them to make their move. But 3 CTs about to walk into him. Let's see if his Galil can stop it all. He literally sees the muzzle flash, but he peeks into it. And Team Liquid now, they're going to have that double man advantage. Sure, it's a post-plant position, but the numbers are here for Liquid. And Nitro with another quick headshot. All they have left for the Thieves is this long control, labored spray from Azur. But JKS, the element of surprise. He executes Naf, peeks wide, takes him down. And Stewie, he's going to close the round, giving cover to Twist for the defuse. Furia versus Team Liquid at the DreamHack Masters Spring Finals.
Commiserations to 100 Thieves. I think we saw a lot of great things that should inspire some confidence in the roster from fans all over the world. But Liquid, it's great to see them in a resurgence playing so well. And this grand final, 1 map advantage for Furia is fantastic considering the form. This will be an amazing match, an absolutely amazing match, and it's taking place tomorrow.
I think it's very exciting that Team Liquid have been able to return to this form. You know, we have really high expectations from them, and they 2-0'd every single game to get into the finals. So them versus Furia, oh, it's going to be fantastic. Make sure you guys join us tomorrow for that BO5 Grand Finals. Tomorrow, the last day of DreamHack Masters Spring 2020. Who would have thought? But, of course, the analysts, they'll be right up after the break. They're going to unpack what we just saw. A very lopsided overpass, but kind of what we expected. Ladies and gents, we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Come back for the break.
Liquid come into Overpass, dropping the opening 3 rounds, but then they start to go on a tear that 100 Thieves could not handle. They tried all they could, and JKS was even back at the top of the scoreboards, but the team performance wasn't there. They could not match up in this game, and Liquid will move on to the grand final, and they have looked so solid throughout the playoffs, 2-0ing everyone they played. But going into that grand finals matchup against Furia, they'll have a 1-map lead. It's going to be an exciting best of 5 for sure. But you guys, we just witnessed Liquid again. But this time, Maniac, it did the reverse of what you said, mate. They actually did it on their map pick.
Which makes them even more, crazy, terrible, scary. Because actually, even if they had a little bit of trouble on the first map, they completely destroyed their opposition on Overpass and did so by having a monster T side. We praised their CT side. We said they could put up the wall. Well, this time it was the T side that really prevailed. You can see it on the stats on your screen. Very well-rounded effort, quite well distributed as well between all the players. Stewie and Elige at the top with 20 kills, but Naf is close by with 17, Nitro 14, Twist as well 13, but he has some nice clutches. The ADR is good all around the world. So I'm just thinking of a 100 Thieves fan, looking at the second pistol round, thinking, okay, this is it. They're gonna come back into it. This is the pistol round now. And then you hear pew, 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 and that is it. It's done. That's the dish, and that's it.
Can we get more Maniac sound effects, please? But before that, we best speak to Elige, who is here for us from the Team Liquid camp. Elige, you guys have had a fun day of 2-0 and everybody. This difference between you guys from group stage to playoffs is just insane. How are you guys feeling right now?
We're feeling really good. We've been practicing pretty hard ever since we had the couple weeks off, basically, in between the tournament matches. And I think that our hard work is really paying off right now.
Yeah, we can definitely see it, mate, for sure.
Sorry, go ahead, Christine.
My question is kind of stupid. I don't even know what to ask you. I just gotta say, how do you have a plus 30 1.74 in a semifinals at DreamHack Masters? I mean, just your ability to find these frags in these moments, and it's not like you're just going out and flicking everyone. The fundamentals are there, but you make it look better than just almost anyone else. What's the secret, man?
I don't really know. Sometimes I can really just get in the zone, and I was really feeling it today. I felt like every decision I was making was working really well. My team was setting me up a lot. I was in a lot of good positions. Aim-wise, I was super on point. I just got some new mouse skates that I put on yesterday.
Okay,
so
what kind of mouse skates are they? Please give us the details.
All right.
What is the link? What kind of mouse skates are they?
The good old trusty Hyperglides.
Holy moly.
Actually, I've got to bounce back on that question because you said you were in the zone and obviously cannot deny that. I want to know how much space you have in the game plan when you start feeling like you have the fire. Can you just take over rounds, or is Stewie going to give you more space, or is it already in the plan? How does that work when you start, you're catching on fire mid-game?
I mean, usually we have a lot of freedom anyway, just the way that we play out our mid-rounds and stuff like that. And CT side, I have a lot of freedom anyway. On Vertigo, I'm kind of just the floater and just deciding on what setups that we're going to be doing a lot of the time. So on CT side, I feel really free. And T side, I mean, sometimes Jake will just be how you want to take it this round? Do you want to go fast? Do you want to run up yellow this round? Whatever I'm feeling, I basically have to go ahead just because I'm really feeling it. When I get in that zone, everything usually works.
Nice.
Now, Elige, I've got to ask this as well. How different is it for you with Stewie in-game leading? And how much has that changed for you guys? Because we were speaking to Nitro about it yesterday. He's definitely enjoying not having that pressure on his shoulders. But how is it for the rest of you?
I think that it's really good. Just having Jake have that responsibility all the time, I think has been really good for him. He's developing more as like an in-game leader and just a leader outside the game. He already was before, but I think that it's making his growth a lot faster, and I think he does a really good job. He really does feel like a leader outside the game, making sure that people hear what they need to hear, giving like the big picture things that everyone needs to work on, micromanaging things the way he should. Like, of course, like everyone still has a lot to work on all the time, but I think he's done an incredible job. So he's been doing great.
Well, it's definitely working so far. You've got Furia tomorrow, though. How are you feeling about that one? Because you guys are definitely on a streak right now.
I think that we're going to be going into it hopefully pretty hot again. I think that we know how they play, and I think the last couple times that we played them, we haven't had as much confidence as we should have. I mean, they're unpredictable, but they're predictable that they're trying to be unpredictable, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get you.
We know that they know that we know. So we need to just have that confidence and have like the team play. Everything needs to be on point. Every little detail needs to be communicated. Everyone needs to be paying attention. And that was something that we've been stressing like the whole entire day today. Just everyone needs to keep paying attention. You can't make little mistakes, because if you say something and another guy didn't hear it, you lose a round, or like you lose a couple kills from that. And that just spirals things. Maybe it tilts someone. Like, we can't like afford those mistakes, and we should never be giving people a chance. Like, when we're playing teams and we're feeling it and we feel like we're better than them, we need to make sure that they know that we know that we're better than them, and just don't even give them a chance to end the game.
Elise, thank you very much for your time. And one thing, it is great to hear you sounding like this again, sounding like that confidence and that winning attitude is back, man. So we're looking forward to seeing you guys in the grand finals tomorrow.
Thank you.
Now that is a fired up Elise, guys. That's what we like to hear. That's what we like to see, right?
Yeah, very much.
That's exactly it, man. And it's great to hear Elise say that he knows the secret to Furia. He knows that they know that he knows that they know. So I mean, there it is, right there. That's Furia's game plan, right?
You're playing mental tic-tac-toe at this point. Like, how do you even try and work out what's going on? That game is definitely going to be incredibly interesting. But this development we've seen within Liquid, right, just throughout the playoffs, I could never have predicted this. I expect them to do well, but just not dropping maps. This is next level.
Yeah, it does seem like there has been not only a reaction in terms of mentality. It feels like everyone is more dialed in. When we talk to Steve, when we talk to Elige, you can almost hear the fire in the interview. But also you see an individual backing up to the great level. I mean, individually speaking, Stewie said they were focusing a lot on the deathmatch. Elige has been absolutely popping off today. And this used to be the one reason we'd mentioned about Liquid. This used to be the one go-to for us analysts. Say, Liquid, yeah, firepower. These were the two. These were the iconic duo. So it seems like they're going back to this individual mastery of the game, and it's very exciting.
Well, time to pick up the phone one last time. We've got Gratisfaction with us, and sadly, mate, you guys fall on the first hurdle, but it's the Vertigo game I'm going to come back to here. Is you guys fought so hard with it. What do you guys feel went wrong towards the end there? Was it just being unable to outmatch the firepower within Liquid? Because you were putting up a fantastic performance.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they were just playing really well. We made some small mistakes here and there, which they, took advantage of basically. And Elige was playing out of his mind, obviously. So yeah, just a culmination of those things ended in our defeat.
I was going to ask about the when the games get very close. I've seen you now in the past few days drop some maps when things get 14, 14, 15, 15. Do you feel like it's a pressure thing? Is it maybe a little bit unlucky? What's your take on these close games?
I'm not sure. It could be a mix of the pressure and other things, but I think the teams have actually been playing very well when it gets down to those neck and neck situations. I feel like we've tried to do things, and not that they've gotten lucky, but they've had good reads, like just outplay us at some turns, and yeah, it's not good for us.
Launders mentioned it in the cast, but Grat, you aren't usually at the very top of the scoreboard in your matches, but specifically versus Liquid, it seems you match up individual really well versus them. You tend to top frag, and you even did it here today. What do you think benefits you when you face off against these guys on Liquid? Is there anything that you've noticed in particular? Is there a specific read that you have during these games?
To some degree, I guess. Like, we've played them quite a bit, so I feel like I kind of know what they're doing at some points in the game. Like, I can kind of predict what they're doing. I think we all do. Like, we have a good idea of what they're doing on certain rounds when they're defaulting. Just, yeah, that's basically it. Don't really think about it too much, though.
Now, Gratz, you will grab a third place here at least, but overall, are you guys happy with what you managed to achieve, considering I know you guys are changing a lot, you're trying to add new maps to the map pool and working on the changes with chat a lot?
Yeah, third place isn't too bad. Obviously, we wanted to place higher than that, but you take what you get, take what you're given, and just, yeah, carry on working hard to improve.
That's what it's all about, mate. It's all about coming back stronger, and we know you guys will. Gratz, thank you very much for your time, man. We'll speak to you at the next event.
No worries.
Gratisfaction there. It's tough, right? Because especially with Vertigo, you could definitely see the potential in it. Obviously, Overpass was, yes, it was what it was, but we could have been looking at a third map right now, and I guess when you come so close and it feels yet so far away, it's a tough pill to swallow.
It is, and it's probably one of the first loser interview where I can really see and feel the defeat in some way, which is understandable, right? I mean, they were very close to making it at least to a third map if they had won that Vertigo. Yep. Gratisfaction looks to really have a tough time, and understandably so. All things considered, I think 100 Thieves have shown a little bit better things recently. The last week I've seen them, they were really, really struggling. They've dropped massive leads against teams that I consider them to be superior to. And this game versus Liquid, that was better. I think the drop versus Fear was a little bit better as well, even though they ended up losing. So they do seem to be on a better track, but not quite there yet. And there has to be an element of closing this map up. I'm not able to tell you exactly what it is. It's just something about making it to 16, not stopping on 14 or 15.
Some of those mental aspects can come into it, but it's time for us to look back at today. And the big surprise was Big Clan to kick this day off with, because once again they did it to FaZe. But it was, at least when I looked at it, I was saying, if Big are going to take 3 maps surely, because FaZe just look like the firepower's back there, they're looking super strong. But no, Big's just like, we can do this, and we're going to show you we can do this.
Exactly, and it's that game plan, the strategy that we kept talking about from Big. It was one of the biggest compliments, but we wondered, can these individuals, can they actually hang with FaZe pound for pound, firepower wise? And I mean, they showed us that they absolutely can. Look at the man on your screen here, Xantares. He showed up in spades, and of course, we can't forget Brokey. This individual on FaZe, even though they lost, we have to talk about him, the way he's able to close out rounds, the way he's able to always find the more optimal angles. It's not something that you talk about when you talk about younger players. And this Brokey guy, he's such a young player, and he's looking hot, man. He's looking good.
And that trio, Zontares, Tabson, and now also Cyrus stepping in there. This is just so scary for them. If you can get those 3 firing off on all cylinders on a regular basis, then people best start really paying attention to Big. But I will come back and say, they had some close series against teams they shouldn't have. So we'll have to wait and see how their run goes. Obviously, that will be coming up tomorrow for EU. And then we get onto the LA side of things. Obviously, we've just watched Liquid take down 100 Thieves. They did that 2-0, but they made an even more convincing 2-0 up against the Cloud9 boys. And this is the thing. Liquid, they have their foot on your neck, and they're just not letting off anyone right now.
Yeah, they have this ability to completely destroy you. And all things considered, we've seen it today as well. Even though the first map versus Thieves was a bit close, the second one was a one-sided affair, just like it was versus Cloud9. They started very, very strong, 16-4 the first map, 12-3 on the CT side, completely bulldozer mode. And then the second map was a little bit more dicey. They had to go in the reserve and find these last few rounds. But all in all, this few days, I think, have been the, I don't want to say the recovery, because that's not the right term, but the rebirth of the dominating Liquid. By every game I see them, I can see the firepower coming, and the prospect of having this DO5 final versus Furia, and the fact that Furia has a 1-map advantage, that makes it spicy, so spicy.
We got some great games coming up tomorrow, but let's take a look at this bracket and see exactly how it is all panning out, because my oh my, you couldn't have predicted this when you were first coming into it, right? First of all, Big taking down FaZe Clan in that upper bracket semi-final, doing the same again today. I really think, right, Big actually have a shot against E2, and I would have never been saying this if we were at the beginning, first week 1 of DreamHack Masters here.
Yeah, that sentence in itself is hugely surprising, but you're absolutely right. The only thing is, man, G2, their complaint is that they needed some time off. They needed a breather.
Yeah.
And absolutely, they came back in full force and showed us what a little bit of rest can do for these guys. And I mean, they've had the last few days off. They've been watching Big. They've been watching FaZe. They've been writing down in their notes exactly what their game plan is going to be. So Big, they've got to be ready.
Yeah, they really have to.
I'm still completely flabbergasted by the level of this bracket right here. Like the teams that are in this bracket and the fact that the final is G2 versus Big. I know we are in an online, remote, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to hear it. I don't care. I just want to appreciate what's happening. But it is so surprising, so refreshing. We had so many great games. Now, if we move over to the ANA bracket, well, the first, I don't want to say surprise because to me it seems quite logical at the time, but Furia, they've made it to the grand final. They have that 1-0 lead advantage. They're going to face Liquid. In the loser bracket side, my heart got broken once more. I think it's the 1 millionth time that MIBR break my heart. I'm always that they have found the formula, but you know what? I'm a fool. I'm a fool for believing. You know, blame me. I still want to believe in the guys, but they couldn't make it versus Cloud9. Liquid, they kind of strolled their way to the grand final, and I think we have the grand final that's deserved.
Oh yes, well. Grand finals come up tomorrow, but we need to look at our Corsair play of the day. And we talk about the rapper Machine Gun Kelly. All I want to see is Machine Gun Elise. This man with his USP ace on Overpass, ridiculous.
Oh my God, ridiculous indeed. Like, look at this. There's nothing 100 Thieves can do there. They're jumping around the corner. They just flashed. They're going through all the correct motions. But if Alicia's just going to press W, pull down long A, it's not fair. That's not even fair.
Yeah, there's nothing to analyze first. We just got to appreciate. You know, sometimes Counter-Strike is just about the beauty of it, the purity of the aim, and this pistol was just absolutely amazing. And also where it happens. Again, at this point in time, I think 100 Thieves, they think they have a way back in because they just had one map that was kind of close. They know they can maybe do it in the second half. You know, let's go, guys. High five left and right, feast bump and all, and then pop, 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 pop. And that is it. The pistol round is done. So I don't know. That hurts for 100 Thieves, but it is great for us to witness.
Oh yes, you don't get many of them, that's for sure. But as we get towards the end of the day, it's always here at the DreamHack Masters our time to thank our amazing sponsors for making all of this possible for us. From Corsair, Intel, Monster Energy, DTS, AT&T, and Betway. And I can certainly do with some AT&T internet over here in Ukraine if they ever come that way, because I don't want my internet to drop out again. You know, that was horrible. I don't want to be on 4G any more times for this. But tomorrow, guys, it is the grand finals for both EU and NA. We've got Big taking on G2. It's G2 that will have the map advantage in it. But you can never count Big out, and they've proven that to us over the course of DreamHack Masters. Then we come over to the NA side of things. Furia taking on Liquid. Furia that look like probably the most consistent team in NA at the moment, at least through this crazy online period. But it's a Liquid who's found their form again. They found their confidence, and they're goddamn scary. But Maniac, it's been a pleasure working with you guys as always. We got one more day to go. You guys at home, best make sure you're ready for more amazing Counter-Strike action. It's Grand Finals Day tomorrow. Get yourselves ready, get some sleep in extra early, and we'll see you then.